If you are a new tabletop role-playing game player and you're looking at role-playing as something really difficult, you hear people in the hobby talking about 4D roleplay or 3D roleplay, and you're scared to be criticized, called out. You're scared to fail at roleplaying. You don't want to be rejected. You don't want to be told that you're no good. You don't want to hear all these things. You're there to play a game, right? That's what you're there to do, not have your life picked apart. Not have who you are picked apart and told that you're not as good as other people. Well, as a game master, I'll tell you what a game master should really be demanding of you, and it's not what you think. You don't need to be a perfect role player. You don't need to be none of these things, and you can make mistakes in the whole nine. A game master should only ever request or demand that you take the game serious. In this way, you pay attention. Like you sit up and pay attention, because paying attention is how you play the game. I don't need to entertain you to get you to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, you are not playing the game, and it won't matter if I'm screwing up as a game master. If you're not playing right, you suck as a tabletop role-playing game player. So if you want to know what is going to make you good or bad, what makes you bad is not caring, meaning you're not paying attention, you're not sitting up. You can ask that Mother May I question. Go ahead. You can ask any question you want in any way that you want. You can make all the mistakes in the world. But I want you to pay attention. I'm going to help you get over the mistakes. We're going to work on it together. I'm not going to criticize you, and nobody in the group is going to expect you to be perfect on that first session. You don't need to worry about making a mistake, and no one's going to think you suck. You're just learning. And it won't matter how long you are in the hobby. You can be in for 20 years and ask some Mother May I question 20 years later. At that stage, you should be trying not to do these things, right? Good practice. But you might make the mistake and ask a question. Does that make you a bad tabletop role-playing game player? Not whatsoever. The only thing being requested of you is the effort to do good, not perfection. But you will hear people in the hobby talk about certain things like there is an expectation that you be perfect. And if you're not perfect, you suck. Well, let me bring you some peace of mind. The people that are saying all this make the mistakes. Even though they behave like you need to be perfect to be good, they make mistakes. On top of that, the vast majority of them, of people that talk about 4D role player, 3D role player, criticize other people out there for asking questions, doing Mother May I would say 100% of who I encounter, really, this is going to be true of, but I can be open-minded. So far, 100% of people that pitch role-playing this way suck at role-playing. They might even make mistakes, but it doesn't even matter. They actually just suck at doing the thing that they are preaching about. And I mean genuinely, they suck at it, and they have public footage out there showing them roleplay, and then showing them suck at roleplay. So just think of the kind of person that is preaching at you. Someone who actually sucks at role-playing. They're actually not good at the thing they're preaching about. But somehow, they are preaching at you. And everyone, 100% of the people that I know that are good at role-playing, don't say any of this. They're very open-minded, they take things easy, they're reasonable with people, they don't expect perfection, and they don't judge you as a player of either being good or bad. The only thing they demand from any other players that play the game with them is that they give a fuck and try and make that effort. And if you're making the effort, the good role player accepts you. All the guys that are pretending to be good role players, those content creators that are fake, well, they'll preach at you about some level of perfection. And then if you don't reach that perfection, they'll criticize you. They'll verbally attack you. They'll call you down. They'll laugh at you. And they'll say you're no good. Well, here's the good news. You are better than they are. And even if you just lack some knowledge right now, get some more, and you'll be 100 steps ahead of these people that preach this way. The people that you're going to like don't talk this way. So don't take all this crap that you hear serious, right? Role-playing is fun. Mistakes are fine. Ask whatever questions. Learn how to do this. And it won't matter if you make the mistake in 20 years. The Game Master is there to work with you. We can just have an off night. Do stupid things. You're still as good as every other player at the table. We're only playing a game here. This is not a competition in that way. You don't need to be, the greatest. I have a standard when it comes to content creators giving out advice, but that has nothing to do with just playing the game. My standards are not put to the game. It doesn't matter if you're the greatest or good or whatever at the game. As long as you and your group are having a good time, then you have achieved what we all want to achieve in this hobby. And you are at the top of the mountain, at least for your little corner, your little fucking place, your little table. And you enjoy that top of the mountain. And there might be other peaks you just haven't seen. And maybe one day you'll see them and you'll reach for them. Maybe one day you'll see the peak and realize you're maybe not at the top. But for now, in your head, you're at the top, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Go enjoy your experience at these games. And if you want to share your experience with us, either talking about it or showing a live play, do so, and do not worry about the people out there that are going to try to pick apart what you're doing or what you're saying. Right? They don't have the influence that you think, and they're not as good at these games as they make out to be. Right? Anyway, for now, take care.